are amazing. $50 extra in your bank account, amazing. A campfire smoke, amazing. Mosh pit, amazing. Slow dancing with someone you love, amazing. These poets are simply amazing.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube. I'm Joe Atticus Engine. Welcome to this week's edition of Poet Love. Here we are, the eve of the new year. 2013 is about to end and 2014 is about to start. What can be said about 2013? Well, I think it's a year we all like to forget. Really, even up to the end, it's been a rough year for a lot of people, for all of us. A lot of people we respect have shown true colors. A lot of bad things have happened. Me personally, it's been kind of a mismatch of a year. And all we can do now is look forward. Through all this negative of this year, which is one of the main reasons why I started Poet Love, is to try to counterbalance the negative of this year. We can only hope for a better tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a blank slate like every year. 2014. Let's start it off right. And I think the reason I call it the magic shoebox, it is magic because it gave a great poet to end the year with for Poet Love. I know I misspelled that. Jamaal May, also known as Verses. Biography of Jamaal. Jamaal is a poet and educator from Detroit. Thank you, Mario. From Detroit, who's been on various slam stages, various awards. I could name, if I could name them all, but it wouldn't do it justice. The author of 2 amazing chapbooks, one which I own, The God Engine. I guess you call this point 1.0 because there is a God Engine 2.0. I'm not sure the difference. I have seen it, but I got this, The God Engine. The Wedding of Teeth, which I do not have, but I've read from my various friends. And a couple months ago, he released a full book of poetry called Hum, which all my poet friends are just raving about. I don't have it because I'm a poor boy. And if I were to order all the books online that I would like, from all the poets that I respect, I'd be deeper in debt than I already am. But Hum, that's the name of the book. Hum. It's got a nice giant robot on the cover. Jamaal is currently pursuing his MFA program in Vermont. What can I say about Jamaal? Jamaal, if I had to really make a list of poets who I think describe the positive aspects of this community, Jamaal would definitely be on that list. I first met Jamaal at Women in the World 2010. The first time it was here in Columbus, Ohio, and I always heard this poet versus Jamaal versus May, but I never really heard anyone do his work. The closest I got was I watched a. Hold on. I won this DVD, which is a recording of the Individual World Poetry Slam in 2005, which, as you see, Versus is featured on the DVD along with Buddy Wakefield, Joaquin Zihuatanejo, and a bunch of one other person, Chris August. Chris August is there. So I did get to see him in this video, and it was good. I wasn't at the point of really understanding most poets' work as I feel like I am now. I know I still have a lot of growing to do and a lot of deeper digging to do in people's work. But so like I actually met Jamaal here in Columbus, like I said, during the 2010 Women of the World Poetry Slam, where he came and he was just here. I met him at Jenny's Ice Cream of all places, and it was one of the few moments where I was a little starstruck, because, like I said, I kept hearing people talk about this poet versus Jamaal May versus Jamaal May, and I met him, and he's such a nice guy. He's the Lego button heart that that if I see something like it, always reminds me of Jamaal. It is not a fair representation of how big Jamaal's heart actually is, and I could feel this on first meeting him. And, talking to him, he really is a nice guy. And then you get into his work. I mean, poems such as "Do I Have a Seam," "Man-Matching Description," "Sky Now Black with Birds," even from this collection. "Aging Man to Reflection," "Behind the Asylum," "Dead Song." He is one of the best out right now. One of the best who has been doing this for a long time. And I mean, I've had a few more interactions with Jamaal. He did a show here a couple years ago with Will Evans. It was the first time we did something I really wish we would keep doing. We haven't done it. We only did 2 of them, but it was called the Border Battle Show. And a little history. Most people, I don't know how most people know, but here in Columbus, college football is kind of a big thing, and we have a little rivalry up north in my actual home state where I was born, Michigan. So at Writing Wrongs Poetry, we decided to do something where we took a prominent Michigan poet and a prominent Ohio poet and had them do a dual show together. It was called the Border Battle Showdown. And the first one was Jamaal and Will Evans. And just like listening, and at the end of the show, I mean, they did their poems, but listening to the end, at the end of the show, just having Jamaal answer questions and talk was you could learn a lot from Jamaal. If you want to be a better writer, I mean, I think that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions, with being a better writer, and to do that, I need to dig deeper into more work like Jamaal's. And he's been here for Rust Belts. He did a Talented 10th talk here, which we'll dig deeper in probably sometime in the near future. But if you really want to see the heart of Jamaal, there's one poem and one video on YouTube. It was the Rust Belt Slam here, the last Rust Belt that was held here. The poem's called Thalassophobia. I may not be pronouncing that right. It's Fear of the Sea. And it's for David Blair, who was one of the first poets we talked about here, who was also a very beautiful soul who we lost too soon. And just if you want to see the vulnerability of a human, the love of a human, and I'm actually really happy we have that on video. But Thalassophobia, Fear of the Sea for David Blair, it almost brings tears to my eyes thinking, because it is a great representation of the relationship Jamaal had with David, the meaning of David in this community, and how much he is missed. And well, I can't take it anymore. I don't want to continue, because I want anyone who watches the video to stop right now, look in YouTube Jamaal May, and you will see Thalassophobia. So please check out Jamaal's work. I'm really blessed to have had so many experiences with Jamaal. Not as many as others, not as much as I would like, but to hear Jamaal's work and to know that there's someone like Jamaal who's been in the scene that as long as he has, and still is going full strong. Thank you, Jamaal, for your work. And let's see who the first poet of 2014 is going to be, and a new year for poet love for us all. Interesting. I think this is gonna be a good poet to start off with. So, from me here at Poet Love, as I always do, I'm reminding you to keep your pens moving, live long and prosper. I'll see you all in 2014.